What's up, everybody? It's me, Andrew DeNicola. Hope you're doing well today. Today, I would like to share with you an album that I really love, and this is by the great alto saxophonist Julian Cannonball Adderley, and the name of the album is called Inside Straight. This album was recorded in 1973 on Fantasy Records and was the second album by Cannonball Adderley to be a live in-studio album, so having a live audience but in a studio. This album features Nat Adderley on cornet, Hal Gapper on electric piano, Walter Booker on acoustic bass, Roy McCurdy on the drums, and special guest King Erison on the congas. Today, I'm going to give you 3 things that I learned by listening to this album. The first thing I learned about this album is that you can use electric instruments to blend with acoustic instruments to create a lot of nice textural contrast. So instead of using the acoustic piano in this setting, Cannonball Adderley decides that his pianist should use the electric piano throughout, and because of that, it creates a much more distinctive mixture of the blend between the acoustic instruments and the electric instruments, and that when they're playing funk grooves or Brazilian grooves and even swing, it gives you a much different feeling, a little more heavy, earthier sort of sound that I find more distinctive and more interesting in music. Now let me show you how I've applied this idea to my own music. This is the title track to my debut album, The Life of an Aquarius. So the second thing I've learned from this album is that you can use a variety of compositions in order to build sort of the momentum and to build the musical sequence throughout, and it makes it far more interesting than just going track to track to track to track. So at the beginning of the album, you have a track like Inside Straight, where it's very, down-to-earth, funky, 4 on the floor, and, very strong beat. And so it kind of sets it up that, okay, it's going to be mostly funky. But then by the 4th track, Inner Journey, you have this sort of cool Latin, it just, almost sounds like a movie sort of soundtrack score. So, and a lot of the melodies on the tracks are the whole notes and the very long sort of building phrases. And to that effect, by the time you get to the end of the album, you have a lot of melodies that are very short and very, very rhythmic and very exciting, like in 5 of a Kind, where you just have stop time hits from everybody, from the horns and from the rhythm section. And then at the end, when you have the final track, Second Son, you have this amazing call and response between the horns and then the rhythm section. So it kind of evolves from sort of, spacey, funky, sort of like grounded to more exciting towards the end. And that's what I really love about how nicely it contrasts throughout the album. And the third reason what I learned about this album is that for all the improvisation that's going on, especially with the leader, Julian Cannonball Adderley, he has this way of playing this music where he is not compromising what he is playing, his vocabulary. He already had a pretty distinctive style early on in his career, and on this album it's more clear that even in the context of playing a funk groove or Brazilian or Cuban or swing, with the blending of an electric instrument and the variety of compositions, he's still playing like himself. And for me as an artist, it's important to stay distinctive and true to what it is your style is, and not to let the style sort of dictate what you're going to play, but sort of playing the way you've always played, and then you just add your vocabulary to that style, making it more interesting and more exciting. So those are 3 things that I learned from Inside Straight. So go check it out, take a listen, and see how you can apply this to your own musical stylings. Thank you all for watching. Click subscribe down below. Go visit my website, andrewdenicola.music.com, and stay tuned for more content.